barely see her. And we're live. Yay! Oh, like I said in the description, it's not new. It's not new that I see myself as a broken toy. But just want to talk about what happened last night because did a lot of crying, and definitely feel a little lost, and maybe a bit of like an outsider, maybe. I don't know. I actually wanted this to be a fun stream talking about waifus and um husbus and um where I'm at with it, and maybe start creating a chart of where I am in the waifu world and stuff like that, because it's basically try that. It's basically the kind of the direction that I'm going in. Um, talking about streaming and how I'm streaming and stuff like that. But last night was a reality check, and I think I wanted the fantasy. Let's try that. I barely see her. She's barely even coming up in the shot. Let's see. Barely. She won't pre-stand. Yeah. Oh well. Maybe there. No, you won't. You see less of. Put her with Civil War. Why does she want to stand up? She will not pre-stand to save her life. Can you see her now? No, it's worse. Here I am. It doesn't matter. She's in the thumbnail, so yeah. But for past couple years, it's even before the big VTuber heyday and everything like that. Before the hit, I was watching a lot of videos with VTubers, and I was always fascinated by it. And I almost, I was going to draw my own avatar and, actually create it and put it up and become part of that. And life kind of got in the way, and I hesitated to do it, and I just relished the fact. I think the biggest problem that I was is that I was treating VTubers like anime, and I think that's where because I wasn't doing that with other streamers. I was just doing it with VTubers. I was, claiming them as my waifu and, and just basically using it for entertainment value. And, hopefully my viewing of their videos, made them money. And I thought that was enough. And, because I don't have any money to give. I don't have any money to donate or spend, and so this has to be, the only thing I'm offering is time to it. Starting up my own channel, it's definitely nothing like I expected it to be. I had always thought this was going to be easy, if you can believe it. I knew that it was going to take time and things were going to build slowly, and I was fine with that. And it's a little, well, not a little. It's a lot slower than I thought it was going to be, but it's still, I'm at a good pace, and in in a good space that in there. But I didn't stop watching the VTubers, and of course they blew up, and they're hit, and they're all, pretty much all over the place, and all shapes and sizes, and pretty much everywhere. And I've hung out in a few of the communities and things like that, and I never, well, I shouldn't say never, because I did find one that I actually thought I fit in, um, and I thought it was just basically a collection of misfits, and I was like, my people, I'm with my people, and I was having a grand old time, and it's I talk about all wacky things, from the absurd to the very serious, and and the fun, fun times had by all type of deal. And I completely lost sight of the fact that how much the internet actually sucks, how much people in general are horrible to each other, and how most people would rather pass the blame on, rather than deal with the problems that they have, and how it's, at its core, it's a business. And I don't know if I feel like I made it something that it wasn't. And I felt like I was a part of something that might have just been a fantasy. And this is not to say that the amount of work the moderators and um, the VTuber themselves and their friends and artists and other collaborators and everybody, just like, it is a community. And it's definitely a group effort. And I'm not going to say that like it takes away from it, but that is probably the main reason that I just couldn't stop crying. I was just like, it all came down to that, you know, something that I, and it's me, it's my thinking, because I know better. I know how groups work. I know how, especially groups that tout to be inclusive, um, And I know that people, are just horrible enough to come in and take advantage of it. And I am definitely one person that I took it for granted that um, we were all there with a common interest and a common goal, and like-minded weirdness. And it's not that. It's never been that. And it I think I'm just completely and totally heartbroken about it. As far as the situation, it's really simple. Somebody did something. They didn't do it on purpose, but they did it by mistake, and it was an accident. And it seems like they got punished for the accidents happen. People are human. People make mistakes. It was an error to begin with, and then it got accidentally, maybe. I don't know what really happened, but it got accidentally leaked out, and the work that people did to try to make a it's going to be really hard to describe it without saying what it actually is. Um, the art and the work and the talent and the things that they did that they were going to be displaying got kind of spoiled, and it I understand the hurt that they feel from it. I understand that since everything's already been released, it's not that big of a deal now. But then when it got leaked, it was a huge deal. It was a huge deal, and I can't even imagine how much work and effort went into trying to make the release day um, as spectacular and surprising and special as they tried, and how they must have felt when it all got ruined. And that's not the issue. I mean, the punishment happened. The punishment that they deemed was necessary was a banning, and the person got banned. And the person was I was very friendly with them. I liked them a lot, and I enjoyed many conversations, and a lot of goofing off, which is lots of fun. Especially because that's what I use the stream chat for. That's what I use the Discord chat for. Is basically to take a break from my reality and be in the fantasy and just kind of like goof off and have fun and be a big dork that I am. And um, I just like I said, the action happened. They did something. They got banned, and the biggest problem with them getting banned is that now instead of taking accountability for their actions, they just want to be unbanned without any more repercussions. Maybe they think they paid their dues, but I personally think that they take no accountability. In fact, they keep calling it an accident. It was an accident. It was an accident, and I just stumbled upon the accident. Accidents happen. People make mistakes, and it's like going, yeah, but there are consequences, even with mistakes. If somebody was carrying, $100,000 and they dropped 500 of it, not a lot. It's a small thing, right? And they lost $100 bill out of their freaking money that they needed for something, and you found it. if you knew it belonged to them, don't you think you should give it back? I mean, I understand, like, if you don't know, the accident, fortune's full of somebody else's mistake. But don't you think you should give it back? Don't you think you should understand that, this is not supposed to be like this? That you are, even though it's all big and exciting and wonderful, this, preview that you got before the release, it's, you know, keep it to yourself, and accept, and even on top of that, accept whatever punishment comes down. Sorry you got forced into it. I mean, if you keep it to yourself, I mean, they might not even realize. I mean, you could have brought it to their attention so that they can correct the mistake. That would be the nice thing to do. But even still, you could still face consequences for that, because it ruins this. I think that I don't think it was mishandled on the other end. I don't think that the punishment was unjust, because their punishment they could come down, like right now, just for me making. They could say, Sean, that goes against, what we're trying to build in the community, and we can't have that, and we're going to have to ban you, and I have to accept it. Do I hate the community for it? Do I hate the people that have to do basically their job? No, I have to accept what they say. I can be, I speaking about being butthurt. I did something early on. I was kind of frustrated and everything like that, and somebody else had a contest, and I wrote a parody, but I'm not what's known as a mutual. So me doing the parody meant nothing. Won't even be seen by them. Wouldn't even be part of them. So basically, I wrote the parody, but I wrote the parody to give to a VTuber to sing. They sing, and I was hoping that it was kind of fun and goofy and everything like that. And I'm a little off keel and stuff like that. And I knew that I was trying to go through the proper channels, and I brought it to a mod's attention, and I got dismissed. And I was very butthurt. I mean, still in a way, I think I'm still kind of butthurt over it. That they dismissed me without even giving it to the VTuber and letting them decide. But the truth of the matter is that from what they were saying last night, if I cheated and went right to them, they would have probably just done it just to do it, and I really don't want that. I don't want to be people pleased. I want a person pleased, and depending on how you want to look at it, I want it to be kind of an exchange. And yeah, I'm well aware of that, my ideas and the things that I do, and things that I even think all the time are a little out there and not normal, and not, I go definitely against the grain. I do my own thing. I mean, I can't tell you how many people have told me all the wonderful things I could do to freaking improve my channel, and I'm like going, but I like my channel the way it is. How can I be unique if I'm doing it, if I do what everybody else does? And I'm just going to get massive people who don't care, and they're just, I don't want those people. Freaking, you saw how I freaking, when I picked up a freaking bot, you saw how freaking, incensed I got over that. That's just one freaking idiot. Set my channel to a bot, and I probably picked it up, talking about my channel, and unleashed it. I don't even, they, 4 seconds. 4 seconds. That's the long. Just so you know, when I say 4 seconds, I'm saying 4 seconds is the longest that the bot freaking stays and watches my videos. 4 seconds. If you go back and you look at what 4 seconds was, I was still moving. I was setting up the camera in 4 seconds. I don't even. I personally wish they would just not even count that as even a view. If they can count that as not a view and take away the dislike, I'd be okay with that. And I would do that for likes too. Somebody just came in and clicked on like and left. Why? Why like it? Who cared? You didn't even see it. None to see. I have a optimal viewing time, that's so low that it freaking makes me crazy. I wish I could just get rid of everybody who freaking does not watch the video at all. Pretty much anybody under 10 seconds. If you've only watched the video for 10 seconds, like or dislike it, I don't care. I don't even want you to, don't bother. Don't bother. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. I don't do anything 10 seconds. Half my music, half of the music and loud noises. There's nothing happening for 10 seconds. It's me. You see me turning on the camera. It takes me 10 seconds before the music even starts. Let alone hear my voice. My voice, I usually don't come out singing. Usually there's an introduction, a musical introduction before I actually sing. So 10 seconds is nothing in any of my videos. It's nothing. It means you've seen nothing. And yeah, the people who have actually heard me sing, sorry. I know that a lot of people are very encouraging of me, but I listen to it all the time. So I have all my songs in my phone. So I listen to my songs all the time. I can tell you some of them are definitely cringe inducing. Some of them I don't even know why I was even trying to sing notes that I have no business even attempting. And then tonality and pitch and all that stuff is just. But yeah, I don't know if maybe I need a break from it. Maybe I should take a break from it all. I don't know. Or maybe just that. Maybe that whole community. Maybe I should just take some time off from it because I think I'm too invested. And literally, like I know this is, it's not fake is probably the freaking wrong word to say, but I know that this is built. It is built to get me to watch, and yeah, and it's not bad to know, how they put it all together. There's nothing wrong with knowing how it all put together, but it really, it definitely shook me, and it definitely shook me that this community just didn't, start coming together and building on itself. I keep forgetting that, like, it's not. Yes, everybody in the community plays a role and is a part of and is building, but the VTuber used probably the best analogy. It's like a rose bush, and there's sucker flowers and there's whatever. I don't know gardening, so but the analogy seemed to be, the metaphor seemed to be spot on. There's bad flowers and bad plants and stuff like that, and needs to be pruned in order to look beautiful. And I don't know. Maybe it's because I thought it was messy, and messy to me is beautiful. So I don't know. I don't know. I will decide whether I'm not gonna jump right into it, whether I'm going to take a break or just not do it anymore. But I there's I think it's because I don't feel like I belong that I can see that in I can see this I can see what I'm upset about in every other VTuber that I've ever known. It's all there. There's no exception to that rule, except for I thought the community that I felt I belonged to. I thought we were special. Thought we were something different. And there knowing getting to know people, it's what makes it different than other communities. But the truth of the matter is it's the same. I could belong to any of the communities and get the same. I think it had a lot to do with how I was introduced and what had happened when I was introduced to it. Um, I, you know, it was like the key words that pulled my string type of thing and welcomed me in. That's that's what I needed, and that's what I found, and that's what I thought I had, and I thought I was building on top of that, but it's it's what I thought I had is just it's it's not realistic. It's not even partially feasible to have, and I I don't love them any less because knowing the truth and something so stupid. I mean, like, I hate to say it, something so stupid as a person that I have a lot of affection for, and respected, and you know um, like I said, goof around with, and just be weird, and um, they turn out to just be human, just another person. It could be anybody. You can replace. I could probably walk outside right now in my house and find 5 people just like them. Easy. Yeah. Community was not like an AA meeting or PTA meeting or anything like that, or even a work meeting. It wasn't a meeting. It wasn't, or a town hall or something, something of that nature. To me, it was very, very special. And and it still holds true that I'm closer to a lot of people in the community than I am to people I've known 20, 30 years. And and then you get into my childhood, they know this community knows me better than anybody from my childhood, right on up, right to 18. Community knows me better than anybody. I can't think of a single person from my childhood, and even the ones that I still like. I can't think of a single person that knows me better than this community knows me. And like I said, I kind of goofed off a bit and kind of, I let down my guard and, allowed myself to, have it. And I think, I don't know, it's not a gut punch. It's just, really heartbreaking that it just, you know, I think because I just don't feel like it's real anymore. I don't feel like it's there anymore. It's not there for me anymore. It's just, set up. Um, Unlike other communities, it had the right phrasings and the right things to say and the right, like, you know, I wouldn't have been, if it was any other community, I wouldn't have been butthurt so much if, for them not even showing, the VTuber, the parody. But I was because I felt like was a part of it. The parody is the apology freaking video that I did. That was the parody. I did sing it. Um, it just not it just didn't get entered into his contest for $1,000, and it's just what it is. I like I said, not a mutual. Don't can't become part of that. I don't belong. I don't belong. I don't belong in their world. I don't run in their circles. Um, you my channel is kind of small on purpose. And not on purpose. Purpose is would mean something. I got an alert. What the hell am I? Yeah. But I don't know. Maybe I'll do an unscripted and come back to it and then like that. I didn't want to talk too long about this, and I'm still very upset by it. I I thought that if I went to sleep and I got up, I could just quickly do this video and explaining how I'm feeling about everything, and I was still so freaking mess, and went to work a mess, and I got other things happening, um, in my life that are upsetting, and some things happy, but yeah. The only good thing about being upset at work is that I can't you can't ruin a bad day. So there's that. The only good thing about having a craptastic job is the fact that you can't ruin a bad day. So it didn't matter. And my job's kind of mindless anyway, so I could stew about this and think about things to say. But them knowing me better than people I've known in my childhood, them knowing me better than people that I've known from college, um, even. Um, I have to also realize that they don't know me. They still, you can watch these videos, and at half speed or whatever the fuck they've been doing, But you can watch all of my videos and everything like that. And if you think you know me from that, I don't know. You know, do I know you? Maybe that's a good place to start. How do I get to know people? And I like to think that there's people that I know. I usually think the worst of people. I usually think they're just I like to think that people are out for themselves because then they're predictable and they won't harm me because it's not in their best interest to harm me. But there are definitely a lot of people that their main purpose in life is fucking hate, and they'll go out of their way to harm me or other people, even to their own detriment, even to their own and I like those people baffle the shit out of me. I'm baffled by it. I don't even understand like how do you even wake up in the morning with that much hate in your heart? How is that possible? It just blows my mind. And the animosity and just the outright, they would it's like they would cut off their freaking arm if they knew that they could hurt somebody else more. They would do that. Why would you do that? Why would you harm yourself in order to, I like to think that people just are looking out for themselves and just looking out for their own best interests because one, it's predictable. It's very easy to see and very easy to avoid. But, there is a whole movement of people that their life goal is just to make people around them's lives miserable. And I don't get it. I'm gonna keep this definitely short um, today. I'm keeping it short. I've got 40 minutes already down, and I'm just kind of like rambling, and I'm probably gonna start crying soon. So I'm gonna end. I hope wherever you are, whenever you see this, I hope your day is going swimmingly and wonderful. And I'm sorry I don't have anything goofy or funny to say, and this, and I hope I don't bring whatever mood you're in down. I hope you're doing all right, and as always, cool beans. All right, take care.